This music sucks, dude. We need some bangers. How's it going, everybody? How are we doing today? Welcome to the Chef Buggrub Show. In the hot tub. Brandon, you're in for a ride, my friend. For everybody that is new here and coming in from Jess's community, I appreciate all you guys coming in, checking me out. I really do. Chef Buggrub Show is a live interactive cartoon show. It streams Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Wednesdays being the big day, we do big cartoon episodes, guys. We just came out with our episode 2 of our season 2. And guys, it's really something awesome. If you're a fan of like Adult Swim style cartoon stuff, this stream's right up your alley. Today it will be a little bit more chilled. It'll be laid back. It'll be more of a conversation. But that's usually what you expect being here. We got a really great way to explain what the Chef Buggrub Show is about for everybody that is new here. Let's play this and then we'll start it.
Well, in breaking news at this hour, there are injuries reported after a UPS plane crashed while trying to depart International Airport Agency.
Every channel's just a war in your mind. Plastic smiles with the boring lies, yeah. Paper anchors sell the same old dream. Every word rehearsed tragedies and memes. Billboards whisper through the static hum. Silver tongues where the truth should come from, yeah. Monotone faces on the evening screen. Selling fear in a messed up scheme. Broadcasting color. Broadcasting color. What is it?
Show, the most interactive live cartoon on the internet, guys. We're here to bring you dread, joy, and everything in between. We got podcasts, we got gaming, we got a talk show. You can call into the show if you want, and we're here to I forget what I was going to say, damn it. Broadcasting in color. Where's my hot tub stinger, dude? Welcome everybody to In the Hot Tub with Chef Buggrub, guys. I'm so happy for you guys to be here, dude. This is the interactive cartoon podcast that takes place in my hot tub on side of Grubstein Island. Used to be Epstein's Island. It's mine now. I bought the shit. Okay, so listen, there's nothing bad that happens here. It's just tropical paradise and happy waves and a cool breeze, okay? So don't go taking that out of context, okay? This is my hot tub. This is where the magic happens, baby. All right, guys, I am very happy to announce that we have a very special guest today. The first woman in the hot tub, actually. This is a wonderful time. We have none other than the one and only BB Jess, everybody. Let's give her a round of applause. And let's pull her out of underneath the water. Where is she? Hold on. I gotta find her under the water. I thought I felt something on my toes. Hold on. Where the heck is... Oh, there you are. There you are. I'm sorry I had to keep you in the hot tub underwater for a bit. The production value is not as good as I hoped. But, you know, I'm working on it. You know what I mean? It's hard to get electricity to work underwater, you know?
I totally get it. It's really lucky for you. I'm really good at holding my breath.
That's good. Have you ever timed it?
No.
You never timed it. So you actually don't know if you're good at holding your breath.
I've counted, but that doesn't count as like an official time, does it?
Was it like when you counted, was it like you did like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, or were you like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10?
I Mississippi'd it.
You Mississippi'd it. How are you doing, Jess? It's good to see you. Welcome to my hot tub. How's the water? Is it good?
It's good. It's good for now. I am known to piss in pools. So
okay, well, don't worry about that. To be honest with you, this water hasn't been changed in like a year and a half. And okay. It's also, there might be a rotting corpse at the bottom of it from a person by the name of Golden Boy Brian. Don't worry about that. That's nothing you have to worry about, okay? Everything is fine. Everything is good. We're in here. Ivan's in here, my Russian foreign exchange homunculus. He's dressed as a dog right now. Don't mind any of that. There's a lot of lore that I'd have to explain, and I don't feel like spending the whole interview talking about lore.
Well, can I ask, you called this Bugstein Island?
Grubstein Island. It's Grubstein's Island. Yeah, this actually was Jeffrey Epstein's island. I bought it. I got it really cheap. Believe it or not, the island it was like $50.
Crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, it was too much. It was too good of a deal to pass up. You know what I mean?
I'm glad to be the first woman in the tub. Yeah,
I'm happy to have you. I know we kind of talked like when I started this podcast, and I was like, hey, I'd love to have you on the Hot Tub podcast, and things, I guess they just didn't line up or whatever. You know, it is what it is. Life gets busy and life gets in the way of living, as they say. But you know, I'm happy you're here. You know, it's been we've gotten to meet. I met you at DreamHack. You were actually in the video that I filmed, the DreamHack video, and I asked you very absurd questions, but that's okay because these are a little bit more real questions.
Good.
And I appreciate you being in that video.
When you interviewed me that time. It was
I believe that makes sense. You know, I think looking back at the footage, that probably makes sense now.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Is that something that you normally do? You're very high all the time?
I've been tapering. I've been only high at nights recently, but
what are you high on?
Edibles.
Edibles, like marijuana?
Marijuana edibles.
Marijuana
I don't
edibles.
smoke anymore because it's really bad for your heart. I'm sure eating it can't be much better, but I feel healthier, you know?
Yeah, the last time I took an edible was probably peak COVID, and I used to smoke a lot of weed. For reference, I don't anymore, but I used to have this dude that I bought weed from, and he was like the classiest drug dealer ever. I swear to God, he was this dude that I knew like growing up, and like he played in bands and stuff. But like he would pull up in a like an Aston Martin. Am I saying that right? Like an Aston Martin car, like the really fancy, like Rick Ross. It was it used to be Aston Martin music. So he would pull up in one of those, and he would be wearing a suit. Like I would text him and be like, "Hey, I need weed," and he would pull up in wearing a suit, and then he would hand me the weed in a Dunkin' Donuts bag and go Uber Eats, and then just like leave. It was the best. But one time, yep, Buggrub Gal, my wife is in chat, and he would come like an hour and a half away to deliver. The dude was serious about it. He was like real serious about selling weed, and but he gave me these edibles, right? And he was like, all right, be careful with these. They're very strong. And I was like, okay, fine, that's cool. And me being the brave soul I am, I'm like, I could handle this. And I ate. I just realized, dude, hold on, I don't have my floaty. I need my floaty. I get very nervous in the water. Hold on, where's my floaty? It's gonna my whole hot tub vibe is gonna be ruined if I don't have my floaty.
I totally get it.
Yeah, I need my inflatable frog ring. Okay, there we go. So he would come, or he gave me the edibles. It was like a chocolate thing, and I ate half of it, and I swear I thought I had COVID. I ate that, and I was like, my wife was having friends over. Her two friends over, and I'm like, I need to go lay down. I'm done. I'm dying.
Of COVID?
And I thought I was dying of COVID. Yeah, I thought I had COVID. I was so cooked on the edible.
Been there.
But then later on, I that wasn't why I stopped smoking weed. I eventually just got kind of bored with it and wanted to do other things in life. And if you want to do other things in life, sometimes you have to stop smoking weed.
Isn't that unfortunate?
Yeah, we can't all be big streamers like you, Jess, and get to smoke weed all day, you know?
I know, it sucks. It sucks for everyone who is.
I'd be honest, honestly, if I smoked weed, I probably the show would probably be really shitty. I probably wouldn't be.
So
it's already shitty, but I wouldn't be able to focus at all. Everything would just be like zoned out.
Yeah, I get that. I'm a rambler. Anyone who watches my streams knows I just like to start a stream of consciousness and follow it till the end. So it never gets to the end, though.
You never finished the story?
I never finish it.
So just so everybody knows, guys, this is a multi-streamed show. It's live, and we'll take some questions at the end of stream, but we're gonna try to keep the conversation just between me and Jess, keep it rolling. We're live on Twitch, we're live on Kick, we're live on Rumble, we're live on YouTube, we're live everywhere. And Jess, for the people who may be watching later on, or the people who just don't know who you are, please explain yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jess, and I am an Aquarius. I love Pilates and my dog Squib, and I like being a streamer. It is fun. And I stream sometimes whenever I want, and we hang out.
And that's all you do? You just stream?
That's it.
You just stream? How does that feel, knowing that you're living the dream of like a large portion of people? You know what I mean? Like, you do it as a full-time job.
As much as I love it, I hate it. Like, my tax time is hell on earth, and I never know about job security. I've just been kind of living the bohemian lifestyle for the last 6 years, which is stressful in its own way, but I get to smoke weed every day and go to Pilates and stream. So
yeah, I guess there's pros and cons, right? You know, the uncertainty of am I going to be able to pay rent, but at least I get to smoke weed and do Pilates, right?
No.
Is that like I'm assuming that's obviously not your plan to be a streamer forever. I'm sure it'll probably be a part of your diet, you know, for like as long as you can do it. But like I'm assuming that there's more to the BB Jess than just being a streamer.
The things that I really like that I wish I could do for work don't pay well. So I love streaming in that it supports me, but like my dream would be to like do all the same work for someone else, but it doesn't pay well enough. You have to be your own labor.
Yeah, I would hire you to be a producer on the Chef Buggrub show, but that's I probably couldn't afford it.
I know. I need health insurance, please.
I that's one thing we don't offer at the Chef Buggrub show. Being in the cartoon universe, usually problems usually work themselves out.
Oh man, I want to go to a cartoon doctor so bad.
I don't know if you want to go to a cartoon doctor. They might they might like rip you in half, and then the next scene you're like upside down. You know what I mean?
I'm already kind of there. My dentist wanted to snip my tongue, and I was
snip your tongue. Well, why did he want to snip your tongue?
Apparently, I'm tongue-tied.
Is that a pun?
No, I don't think so. I could probably come up with one in like 10 minutes, but no, my tongue is wrong.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, I can just snip it for you, and I was like, oh, I'm good.
I'm sure there's a lot of people on the internet who think your tongue is wrong too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of haters?
Oh yeah.
Why do you think you have haters?
Probably because I'm just so cute and everyone wishes they could be me or be my friend, so they probably just hate me when they're not.
Yeah. I have that same problem.
I get it. It's hard being so awesome.
I know, it's true. I have to tell them. I wake up every morning and I go, damn, it's so fucking hard being Chef Buggrub, being so damn awesome. But you know what? We carry on, right?
My doctor's in the chat. Look at it. What? Thank you so much, Adam. Dr. Adam.
So you host a radio show, is that correct?
Oh, I do host a radio show every Thursday, BBFM, live on kick.com/BBJazz.
Not to be confused with an interactive cartoon show.
Very different.
Very different. Very different. Very different. Very different. How do you feel about running this show? I have a lot of questions about this show in particular.
You talking about my radio show?
Yeah, your radio show. I think because that's like your bread and butter right now, I would say, right?
Yeah. I think I would love it more if I had more people to boss around. I get bored. I need more to do. So I've been finding myself a lot like I know I could do more with it, but I need more hands on deck.
More hands on deck. Like what do you mean by that? Like production wise, you feel like you're
I want a room full of like underfed interns in like white shirts and black slacks, kind of dressed like the Mormons that ride the bikes. Yeah. Oh, I just want a room full of Mormons.
a room
I
full
want
of
a
Mormons.
room full of Mormons, and they get to pick the music. And it's just Disney music all day. It's gonna be great.
What is that? How is that gonna make the show better though? Is it just like that's just the bit then? It's a Mormon radio show, or is it like? Do you think that?
No.
Do you think that there's more to it?
I love interrupting. Sorry.
That's all right. You can interrupt me. It's a podcast. It's your spotlight.
I love collaborative things. I've learned it recently. That's where like my biggest sadness in streaming is that I can't have a larger team working on things. I just recently did a live show out in LA, and it reminded me so deeply why I love like theater and why I love live performance and like conventions, is because there's just something a little bit more exciting about creating something with more people.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, I deal with a lot of like, you know, I it's funny, like the other day, like I was doing the Chef Buggrub show, and we had a front page feature, which was awesome, and on Kick, and you know, some guy came in to the chat, some rando, and he was like, I feel like this is like there's a whole team behind this, and you know how fucking good I felt like hearing that, because it's just me, I'm the only one doing it. But like, I think about it all the time. I'm like, you know, if I was making like 10 grand a month, right? Like say I was like making 10 grand a month doing this, I still wouldn't quit my job. I would keep working my job, 10 grand a month.
Smart.
I would outsource like I would take $5,000 of that, outsource that, and then take the other 5 and save it for my family. And I would be able to make the show like even better, dude. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, like a lot of you know, and that's why I'm very happy that you're on this podcast, is because like you understand production, you understand like presentation, and that's something that I try to like really dial in a lot. You know what I mean? And you know, it was honestly, I saw you when you started doing the BBFM. That like really inspired me to do the Chef Buggrub show, because I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, I could do something like this, but in a cartoon kind of vibe. You know what I mean? And like put my own spin on it. You know what I mean? And it's cool. It's a hard thing to do, to like run a whole show. You know, a lot of streamers, they just go live and they like we're gonna play fucking Fortnite for 7-8 hours. You know what I mean? And then it's like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You know, like, how are you gonna keep the people engaged? And I think something like what you're doing is engaging enough, because people are familiar with the idea of radio, and they can come and listen to you and just listen to the music and whatever. But the question I wanted to actually like really dive into is, do you, and don't take this the wrong way, but do you ever feel that like doing the radio show is sort of, because I understand it for radio, right? But like, do you feel like for live streaming that it's maybe like a low tier form of content? Like it's like, maybe it's like lazy or something, like just like playing music and chilling and vibing. What's your opinion on that? You know, because I think just before you talk, like I think not only with that, but like, you know, the reaction content and stuff is like also like, you know, people talk about that and stuff too. You good?
Is that normal?
I don't know. Maybe. Now I'm trying to do it.
My neck looks like a lizard from Holes.
It's the hot tub. It's draining you
Wow,
of your
it's
adrenochrome.
sucking me dry. Okay, cool.
This was
sorry,
Epstein's
did you
hot
finish
tub,
your
but
question?
that's besides the point. What are you saying?
Did you finish your question?
Yeah, no, I finished the question.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
So, like I said before, how sometimes I find myself getting bored. I think you're registering that feeling that I'm having of like, yeah, I think radio works for live streaming, just because I've always followed the like, I'll create whatever I want to create that like makes sense to me and for me. Like if I would watch it, then I would like to make it. And I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch Netflix anymore. I don't even watch YouTube much anymore. I've kind of moved over to streaming for like my background noise. If I'm in the shower, I'll put a streamer up. If I'm making dinner, I'll watch a streamer. If I'm not streaming, I'm watching another streamer. I don't know. I like getting all of my stuff in one spot. And I have noticed that all of the radio stations that happen on streaming, because it's super common, there are a lot of like static pictures and then music just playing on a loop, and they stream all day long. And it was missing the interaction of a radio show. So yes and no. It is a different form of content, but I felt, I don't know, I've been doing this for 6 years, and maybe it's because I'm mostly on Kick now and things are just different here. But the rhythm of streaming has changed, and chat has completely slowed down over the past few years, and how people chat has changed a lot. I feel like in 2020, a lot of people were coming online looking for community. They really wanted to like tell you about their day. They wanted you to, you know, interact and get to know them. And I feel like people have kind of pulled back a little bit just because of how the world's changed post-pandemic. So I've noticed a lot of lurkers, and I've noticed a lot of people like me who put noise on in the background. I don't feel like I have people's attention in the same way that I used to, but I do feel like I am a useful source of noise.
Yeah, I totally get that, because I feel like you know, I see it all the time. Like, I've been seeing a lot of videos pop up about how, like, especially with, like, the rise of, like, AI and stuff, right? How, like, live streaming is, like, the greatest source of connecting with your community or connecting with people that want to, like, you know, interact with the creators, influencers, whatever the term is that you want to use, and things like that. But you know, it's such a very specific thing because it's like it requires people to tune in at a certain time and things like that. And you know, it's like you know, how do you capture an audience to like get somebody to want to watch you as part of their daily routine? You know what I mean? That's a very challenging question that I think a lot of people have. And I think as live streaming is growing, you know, we see a lot more streamers that like come up and they're like, oh, maybe I could do this too, you know, if Jess can do this, I can do something like that, and you know, whatever. And it becomes a little it's hard because it's like you have been doing this for a long time, right? How long have you been in the industry?
My first stream on Twitch was in 2020, but I wasn't like a streamer until 2021.
Yeah. And I guarantee, like, you didn't figure out like the persona of BB Jess overnight or what you wanted to do and things like that, you know?
I kind of did.
Oh, you did.
It's, like,
you did. Wow, you're an anomaly.
I don't know. There really hasn't ever been a message. My tagline from like the first time I streamed was, "I'm gonna do whatever I want whenever I want," and that's such like a freeing mantra to operate by. So you and like what did like the first BB Jess stream look like? I was a really big fan and viewer of a streamer named Matt Lieberman, this is so like brain rot internet lore. I am a child of the internet. I grew up online. I grew up on YouTube watching SourceFed, and one of the content creators in SourceFed is Matt Lieberman, who I found on Twitch in 2020, and I was just a really big fan of his and like a big part of his community. So it was also 2020, so we were all in Discord all night on like video calls. That's how I met most of the mods that I have now. And it was just like a friend group of internet friends, and I was like, well, he went live, so I'm gonna try to go live when he's not live to see what it's like. And I probably played like PUBG or Club Penguin or something, or like glued shit to my face. And like right off the bat, I had like a solid core group of people, and it just kind of rolled down a hill. It's only gone downhill.
Yeah.
No, it rolled up a hill. Lots of good.
Well, you know, like that's an anomaly. Like you know that, right? Like a lot of people, like even for me, like I didn't really understand where I wanted to go with everything. Like we met through GTA RP, right? And I was under a different name and everything, and I was just kind of doing it because I thought that's what like how it was to grow. And it wasn't until like I rebranded and like reinvented the show that I felt like actually really passionate about doing what I wanted to do. So like what happened for you is like an anomaly.
Yeah. I also got lucky and I had one of those viral TikToks or two like along the way. So like randomly on Twitch for like a year I'd have like 2,000 viewers or 1,000 viewers. And that was like a really cool source of like life into it.
Yeah. Do you think that the days of like going viral or like to like sustain a stream are like kind of done?
Virality
like, do you think like one
strange...
TikTok could like do the same?
Oh yeah, it happened to me. So I've like seen it. I've witnessed it overnight. I gained 10,000 followers on Twitch overnight. It was like so quick how fast it happened. So I know it's possible and I know it's out there. I don't know if I had rose-colored glasses on or if the industry's changed a lot. There is a lot of oversaturation in like farming for your views.
Yeah.
So like people didn't used to have 100 clippers working for them and posting TikToks. So I think maybe it's a harder time now. Like it's oversaturated, but you could still probably go viral.
Yeah, I would say that it like I think it's maybe a little different now. just because I think that it's very hard to transfer people to different platforms and things like that. So let me ask you this. So when that moment happened, because this is similar to like the Queso story, right? Of like when Queso went viral and like he gained all of his followers and things like that. Like when you saw that happen, then what was like your reaction to like the next step to like when you went live?
I was so excited. I couldn't wait to go live. I love my streams. I have a good time and I believe in myself. So I like couldn't wait to go live to show all these new followers like, yeah, you're in the right place. I got some fun shit to do together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of getting over like some sort of sinus thing. So if I cough, I'm trying to mute it, but
I totally get it.
apologies more to the viewers than you, but
okay, well, fuck me. But I have a vapor stick that I like to shove up my nose.
I have one of those too, actually. Those work pretty good. I do enjoy those.
So good. Do you ever use permanent marker?
When I was when I was in like college and high school, then yeah, but back when I was smoking weed, back when I was hitting the devil's lettuce, yeah, but I'm a reformed man. I don't do any of that anymore. Fingers? Now I just drink beer. What?
Oh, I have so many questions. What kind of beer?
Usually I like IPAs. I like at first I didn't, but the taste grew on me very quickly, and I was always somebody that like had friends that were older than me, so I was like, you know, is 16 through 18. I always had friends who were 21, and I was always like drinking shit. You know what I mean? So I like acquired a taste for craft beer like pretty early, but I like pretty much all beer. I like, if it's not IPAs, it's Michelob Ultra usually.
Okay, cool. I was a beer tender for like 5 years, and it was my whole personality. So I like read the beer Bible, and I was like drinking every night.
But isn't that crazy? That's kind of how it goes. Like I worked at a liquor store, and you know, like we had a growler station on tap and shit. You know what I mean? So like I was always working the growler station, like being like, hey, you should try this beer. And me 17 years old, yo, this beer is fucking hoppy with a hint of fruit and medleys and all this, and you should try it. And they'd be like, oh yeah, I'll try that. You know, these and like thinking about it now, I'm like, these guys don't give a fuck what I have to say. They're like, I just want that beer.
Yep. But you think you're an artist in your craft, and you're like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're very much into music, correct?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Well, obviously you host a radio show and things like that. And so what are like the biggest like musical inspirations that you kind of tend to lean into?
Oh man. Well, that's the best part about the radio show is I do whatever I want, so I play whatever I want. I lean into like nostalgia, Disney pop, you know, like just like post Hannah Montana, right in that like Jonas year golden age of like just shit. It's so shit, but all of the lyrics, can I curse?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, all of the lyrics are like golden sunshine, Los Angeles, we feel good. I like that shit. I like music that it like pulls on your little hope strings. But also Paul Simon, Graceland is the best album of all time ever. And I really like ska. I don't know, I go for feeling. Whatever makes me feel a certain way, I'll listen to that kind of music. And over a 5-hour radio stream, I go through a lot of feelings.
Yeah, I was a big Bridget Mendler fan, so I respect that. But ska, you mentioned ska. I remember my first Warped Tour. We were listening. We saw Big D in the kids table, and I was in my first skank pit, and I was like, "Oh, this is the fucking shit, dude." You know what I mean?
Latest from LA.
Yeah.
I love that band.
First Warped Tour. All right, so here's a quick story. First Warped Tour, showed up. My brother came with me, and we got there a little late. I was meeting my friends, right? And they were at Chiodos. Chiodos was like the opening band at the time. And we're like, I get to there, like the last song, and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then the guitarist throws the pick. I'm in the back, by the way. He must have launched this shit because It landed like right in front of me. It was like a dream come true. It was like I was like, my Warped Tour has been made. I got the pick from Chiodos, you know.
Wait, can I tell you a story?
Sure.
I used to be super duper extra religious, and it was like the height of the Jonas Brothers movement. And I remember praying to God every night. I was like crying, ripping my hair out, praying to God, please, please, God, I just need to meet the Jonas Brothers. Please, please, God. And the next day that I had my like big prayer episode, I woke up to an email from a radio station for a competition I did not recall entering. I don't think I entered it. I won free backstage passes to meet the Jonas Brothers, and it could only be God.
So you're not religious anymore?
I don't think so.
I would say that he answered your prayer that time. So thank you, God.
I know.
Maybe you need to ask him for more things, because it seems like it's working in your favor.
I don't want to be greedy. He gave me the Jonas Brothers. Although it did rain and the picture is horrendous. I was young and I didn't have eyebrows and I was wearing long jorts.
It was the time. Don't listen. If you saw pictures of young Jefferson, you'd be like, "Holy shit! What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" You know what I mean?
I wish it wasn't so creepy to overshare things, because I would love to see everybody's like baby photos. I want to see what they like wore when they were in like middle school. You know what I mean? Like I want to know, but also don't I want to know everything.
That's kind of like the problem with like being on the internet and like doing streaming and all of this is like you're dealing like because it is such a how do I put it, like an intimate kind of relationship with the viewer. Like you're dealing with a lot of creeps and weirdos and things like that, and I'm sure you've had your fair share of creeps and weirdos, especially being a woman. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's some scary stuff.
What is like the scary, like I don't want to like, you don't have to answer it, but like what is like the scariest thing?
I'm an open book. That's the problem. No, well, there was like a convention issue, a couple now. I've had 2 conventions where someone like snuck in who wasn't supposed to be there, and they were like making threats on the internet about ganking me. And then they snuck in, and then the cops were like, "Hey, get out." So that's happened a few times. One guy did send crusty socks to me, and I'm still not certain. I don't know. That was weird. To like my house, he like found my address and sent me socks. That was weird.
That is weird.
That's weird. I don't know.
No, it is weird.
It's more so, okay, so it's kind of like a psychological thriller sometimes, you know? Like, people they get creative in ways that you would never imagine.
Why do you think that like, people are like that? Like why do you think this happens?
I think there's a mental health crisis. I think I have a lot of feelings. I think we're all living in a state of psychosis, myself included. And I think it can be a really dangerous mental path to go down, being on the internet every second of your life.
I agree with you 100%. And
oh, God. It's scary. It feels like a hot take to be like, we should all chill out on that internet
I think that there is like, I think you and I probably agree on a lot of stuff, but we probably differ on a lot of stuff, and that's fine. Like that's the thing is like I love doing these podcasts because I get to talk to people from like all different like walks of life and things like that. I sort of consider myself the Joe Rogan of cartoons. But
is he the frog gay?
Is he the frog gay? No, it's Alex Jones.
I always get them mixed up, and it's embarrassing. Okay.
You can't get them mixed up. They're very different people.
They both got 2 names. I don't know.
Everybody has 2 names. What the fuck do you mean?
I don't know. It's too much. Joe Rogan, Seth, no.
Alex Jones. They're not even similar. They're not even close.
Joe Rogan. I think it's the J that's throwing me off. Okay, sorry.
No, like I agree. Like I think that there is like a mental health crisis in the world. And like, I'm not a big proprietor of mental health because like I'm, you know, like I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a dude, but I'm just like, you know, I go to work, I fucking hate my job, and I keep going because I got to, you know what I mean? I gotta support my family. I gotta do what I gotta do. I do the Chef Buggrub show because it's like a creative outlet, but like I want it to be a full-time job. But like, is it ever gonna be a full-time job? I don't fucking know. But like, it's fine because I gotta keep working. And you know,
yeah,
it's like
a privilege to have time to focus on those things, you know, like not everyone is so lucky to like sit with their sadness and come to terms with it and work on it and make better choices. A lot of times it's like, man, life sucks, but if I don't pay this bill, I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah,
you know?
which is like, it blows my mind because like that's how I think, right? Like I'm like, if I don't fucking pay this bill, like my life is fucked. But like some people, like they worry about like the shit that like of like, I'm not feeling it today, and I'm just not ready to continue on the day, and I'm gonna take my day today for me. And it's like, you know, like I could do that because I can, you know, I get paid days off and shit like that. I'm like, sure, if I don't want to go to work, fine, fuck it. But a lot of people, like, that blows my mind. That actually like blows my mind.
I get it.
So something I want to ask you about is like, you know, you're do you consider yourself a big streamer?
Big streamer.
Because everybody that I talk to that I mentioned the name BB Jess, like pretty much everybody knows who you are. That like knows streaming.
I feel pretty like industry known. Like I feel like most people who are around streaming have like mutual friends with me, or we've worked together in some capacity, or like I don't know, I've been in front of them at some point. But if you mean like the kids on TikTok, I'm a granny. They don't know who I am. You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, I would say that like you're a bigger name in the industry. You know, you're what I would say is part of not to date you, but like you're like that legacy generation in a sense of like the people that came up in like the 2020s, you know what I mean, that COVID era. Like you're you're an established brand is my point.
Yeah, I like what I'm hearing.
You know what I mean? But like I think what I see especially on Twitter is like a lot of people they look up to you. Do you find that like you are a role model, or do you find that it's like hard to like be a role model, or like any of that?
I try to be professional, which is such a silly and weird thing because my job is to shitpost on Twitter, and I've kind of grown up in this, you know. I started at like 25 and now I'm 31. So like I kind of grew up, and it's embarrassing to say too, because I was like an older bloomer. I was so sheltered growing up, and then I just like got online that it was embarrassing to learn a lot of life lessons in front of so many people. But because that happened, and because a lot of people witnessed a lot of different versions of me, they feel comfortable asking me for like advice and stuff. And I try to offer a pretty based perspective where I can. I feel good. I've always felt pretty well, morally tempered, you know. I feel like, I hate to say a good person. I don't think people should call themselves good people, but I have good intentions. And so I feel happy to talk to people who want my perspective.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it, and that's actually the kind of the way that I try to present myself too. Is I try to like be that like I really try not to pass judgment on anybody, because I understand that like in this sphere specifically, there's a content for everybody. You know what I mean? And I understand that like I may at times like crack jokes or things like that like some people find offensive and things like that, but it's like I'm not appealing to you, I'm appealing to the people that actually want to watch this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's so strange how it's not more individual, how like collective it all has to be, that everyone has to agree on like what is a funny joke or what's not a funny joke, or like what's appropriate or what's not appropriate.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
that.
always shifting and changing, and intention matters, and who views it matters.
Well, that's like a hard part with like being an entertainer, right? Is like dealing with the crowd. But not only that, you have to deal with people that are like trying to almost dictate like who you are as a person. And it's like, I'm me. I'm always going to be me. And has there ever been a time where maybe like you have struggled with that, like dealing with like, okay, you're fighting the audience on something maybe, or like you think that like maybe you need to switch to pivot to something else or something like that because of like...
I've had those moments, but it didn't end there. Like, so like I said, I've been online specifically as BB Jess for like 6 years. So along the way, there's been so many moments where like I posted something or I made a choice or I said something, and then it got really mean feedback, not just criticism of, hey, this thing you did isn't cool, but like, hey, you're an evil, vile, idiot human, kill yourself, you don't deserve to be a streamer. And I really struggled with that. That at first, it took me a few times of receiving that level of response to like learn the lesson and to not take it so personally. That there's valid criticism, of course, but like it can be a lot.
Yeah, it can. It really can be a lot. That's like one of the things that like I've always tried to hold close is like, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me no matter what. If people don't like it, they don't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems to have been working out pretty well for me so far, but you know what I mean? It is.
And there's going to be, it's not if, it's when. Like, I hope I don't come off as like pessimistic or negative. I hope it's more realistic. But a lot of people, when they're like, oh, Jess, I want to be a streamer, what do I need to know? It's literally not if, it's when. It's only a matter of time until things start to get difficult. And when you have to start to adjust yourself for the perception of everything. And kind of going back to what we were just talking about, I have always, for as long as I have been a streamer, am like very proud to say that I've tried to keep it as professional, as I mentioned, as possible, to where I made choices that felt good, that felt right for me, for my business. And I've learned lessons along the way of how I was operating might have affected others, and I've adjusted and I've shifted. And I like that about myself. So it's cool to be able to live growth and to know more growth is coming. It's so, again, it's the stupid fucking privilege. I don't have a real person job, so I get to sit home all day and think about how I'm growing as a person. Like, what?
Do you feel like sometimes that like maybe the dream is like better than the reality of it all?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's all things. I had to learn that. And it's so funny how it takes you a while to figure out that's the lesson. I went to school for theater. I put myself in hundreds of thousands of dollars of college debt so I could get my theater degree. And then I like started working in professional theater, and I realized how shitty it was and how mean the people were, and how if you didn't know the right person or if you didn't have enough money, you weren't going to be successful. And I had like that glass shattered for me, that like Broadway is really just like, it's not as cool as it is. It probably kind of sucks, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that sucked. But that's everywhere. It's fun to see people still with rose-colored glasses on about streaming, especially with how fast things in streaming are accelerating on like a oversaturated kind of way. But I don't have that anymore. Those glasses on streaming came off long ago.
Yeah, as somebody who has grown up in New Jersey and spent a lot of time in New York, you know, it's funny when I see you know, going to New York as like a tourist, right? Like I go and I see, you know, I go to a diner or whatever it is. It's one of those musical diners, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, the waitress that comes, she's trying to be a Broadway actress and things like that. And it's,
Starshine, Star Bright,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny to see as somebody who's seen like a lot of Broadway plays and things like that. And I think of like, you know, like, oh, they sit there and they rehearse for 6 months and they practice and they get the show going and this and that. But I'm like, how much are they actually making? And like, and then you think of like how much it actually is to like live in New York and this and that. And it's like, well, like, how does that actually like, How does that actually correlate? You know, and like that's the thing I think about is like I'm always trying to at least think about my future and like where like I can leave my family off. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people are like and this may be just a me thing, but I feel like a lot of people live in too much of the now. Like they live too much of the now, where it becomes an issue, and they don't think about actually how the future can affect them.
Yeah, I agree.
But what I wanted to ask you was kind of going back into, you know, you being like,
what's the animal industry? Sorry, I want to know.
No, you can read the chat. You can read the chat.
What is the animal industry? That could be anything. You could work as like a mass chicken nugget farmer. You know, you could be anything.
I'm about that. I would
Sorry.
work as a chicken nugget farmer.
Oh, I wouldn't. I think I like saw one of those videos once of like how chicken nuggets are made, and they're just like killing baby chickens.
I mean, like, what is the pay? You know what I mean? What are the benefits? You know, is it a good pension? Is it a good pension? Is it 401k? What's the deal on that? You know what I mean?
You'll probably get good health insurance.
I would imagine you're dealing with dead animals, but something when when Desert Rose wants to expunge upon that, we'll touch back on that. But
I'm on bated breath. Is that the word?
I don't know. Literally all of it. Working with animals is a passion job that pays shit.
Petco.
Don't work at Petco. Work at PetSmart.
Really?
Is it PetSmart or is it PetSmart?
Which the color matters, right? There's the pets and smart.
I don't know.
Me neither.
I went there the other day to get some snails for my shrimp tank, and I still don't know.
Shrimp tank. How many shrimp do you have?
I started with that's a really long conversation. I don't want to get into the dynamics of my shrimp tank. It started with 24. We're down to 7. Big algae bloom, big problem. Trying to fix it. I got some snails. That's the end of the story.
Wow. I had fish as a kid, and one of them got pregnant and gave birth and then ate all of her babies.
Yeah,
and
that
I've never
happens.
had a fish since. That's weird.
That happens. I like having a fish tank. It's very it's right next to my stream table here, my stream desk. So it's like I can actually I put a camera on it sometimes. Sometimes we'll pull up the shrimp cam. You know what I mean? But the shrimp have not been doing good. But that's
Are you harvesting them?
So I've gone through like 3 iterations of the shrimp tank, and originally the idea was to sell them. They're not like big shrimp. They're small shrimp. They're like you know, probably like an inch to an inch and a half big. They're cherry shrimp.
Are you selling them at local markets, or like you would ship them to people?
I would ship them to people, like other pet people, other fish people.
Fish people.
Yeah, it's actually the shrimp industry is like really big. Like they'll pay like $250 a shrimp. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like old school crypto.
Yeah, it's like old school crypto, but fish.
Got it.
I want to get back to the question that I kind of had planned. It's okay. So like you being sort of like a pillar. I would say a pillar, you know, especially at least on Kick, you're a pillar. I'd say on Kick, you're a pillar. You know, in this streaming sphere. Do you feel like sort of responsible to be like some sort of positive influence, or do you feel like it's like you have to be, how do I put this? Like a lot of people look up to you. Like I see it on Twitter. A lot of people look up to you. They you know they quote tweet you and stuff and things like that. And like, how does that affect you as a person? Do you think that like it's that you need to you know maintain a certain style or demeanor?
I have so many feelings about it because it depends on the person. Sometimes I've had moments where I've had like people really want to be my best friend, and they want to hang out with me, and they think I'm so cool, and they love me. And then like I'll say something on a stream, and they'll be like, oh my god, who are you? I don't even know you. I hate you. And then they've like flipped on me at the drop of a coin.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the saying. Hat. Flip of a coin, drop of a hat. So because I've had that experience, I kind of try to be a bit more realistic with it. And like, if people want to like me, that's cool. But I also know that that can come with like, but a lot of the people on Twitter who like me have probably actually never sat through more than 5 minutes of one of my streams. So like, they're not interacting with BB Jess, they're interacting with Twitter BB Jess. So there's always like, you know, I don't know. I don't feel responsible so much, but I do try to be, a role model is so weird. I try to be I guess pillar is a great word.
But like you are though, in a sense, right? Like you are sort of a role model to maybe not me, but like, you know, you're like a role model to like, you know, maybe other young girls.
Boys don't like BB Jess.
Yeah, boys don't like BB Jess. That's what are you fucking gooning? It's fucking gross.
Gooning. Do you goon?
No.
Oh, I think I do.
I don't know. Let's carry on. Besides gooning behavior, like. This is, how do I put it? Like, you are a role model in essence. Like, do you not accept that? Do you not accept that, or do you not?
Okay, not the same thing, and I'm really bad at metaphors. But you calling me a role model has the same feeling as you being like, BB Jess, you're bisexual. It's like, but what if sometimes I'm a bad girl? What if sometimes, you know, what if sometimes I'm a good girl, but sometimes I'm a bad girl? What if sometimes I say bad words that you don't like those words, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think it matters, like, whether or not you use certain vocabulary and like words, because I think that's like so almost sort of ingrained in the culture. In a sense, right? Like I think there's more to it than just like using naughty words and being promiscuous on stream.
Sure.
I think it's like you're like, the reason I say that.
You want an example? Dude, I'm gonna back you up here. One time I got canceled because someone said I was talking shit about them in a Discord DM, and they posted the DM, and all I said was, "Yo, it's cringe. They didn't read their chat." That's why I don't take any of this shit seriously. Yeah. It's like I've been a good girl. I'm okay. It's totally okay to like say that people are being cringy, or say that someone's an asshole, or to say that you don't like something. Like I'm opinionated. So it's role model and opinionated don't go together. They just don't work.
I think they do though. I really think they do. I think you're kind of conflating the idea of what you have as a role model. I think, you know, like Andrew Tate, right? Like Andrew Tate's a role model to a lot of young men, right? But like he may be controversial and may say things
he a role
that
model?
is.
Because he's rich?
I don't know. I'm just saying he is. It doesn't matter.
See, I wouldn't call him a role
but it doesn't matter
model.
what the point is what I'm saying is it doesn't matter whether or not you think he is.
Call me what you want to call me, Chef Buggrub.
I'm calling you BB Jess. That's what I'm calling you.
Role model's just so funny. It makes me feel like I have to show up to the Girl Scout meeting and swear on the Bible that I'm gonna be a good girl. And
I just
being a role model as a streamer, I'm literally selling my soul. I'm selling my body for entertainment. What do you mean role model? Like, you're cooler than me. You're cooler than me.
I'm cooler than you?
Anyone is cooler than me. I'm not trying to be a role model. I'm trying to beg for money on the internet.
I think it's more of I really do get what you're saying, right? Like I totally understand it, because like I'm somebody that is, like, I understand the industry, I understand what it is, but like there's a lot of people who maybe aren't in the industry for in a sense, right? Like they want to be a streamer, they want to like do it, they want to do what they want to do, and you know, they watch a BB Jess stream and they might be like, I want to do what she does and this and that, and it's like whether or not, because I deal with this too, you know what I mean? Like I have people that be like, they tell me like, Chef, like you're an inspiration to me, you know what I mean? And like, is that not like a role model in some weird sense? And it's like, dude, I go to work and I cut trees down and I come home and I stream. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that deep. You know what I mean?
You're killing the environment?
Well, they're dead trees. They're dead trees.
Okay, cool.
We try really hard not to cut trees down.
Hey,
because
I have a ChatGPT subscription.
because we don't want to do work.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So like,